We live on Facebook.
3, 2, 1. Still waiting. It's buffering. Should have brought the thing up, huh? Buffering.
Buffering.
Hello.
Okay, I think we're live.
Hello. Anybody?
Hey.
Anybody? Okay, well, I'm getting some action down there. Anybody
All
here with
right.
us? Go ahead. Give us a shout out.
Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Are you there?
Shout.
We're here in Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Kalamazoo. You just like saying that.
Kalamazoo.
So what we're going to do today is some magic dictionary. We did it last week here. I'm just waiting for some people to log on. Hope everybody's doing well. For all essential workers that are out there, we do appreciate what you do.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for showing up at work. Thank you for showing up wherever you work, hospitals, grocery stores, healthcare workers. Thank you, thank you. We're all staying here put until the end of, what month is this? April.
Yeah,
it seems. I'm going to just check a few settings right here to see if anybody is live or if I am live.
We were just out and about. We had to go to the store to grab a couple things, and very calm out there. Not a whole lot of activity, which is good. People are listening and staying home so that we can get through this quarantine quickly as possible. As of right now, it's still going to be the end of April, but hoping if everybody stays put, stays in, that the end of April will be it. And beginning in May, we can get back to life again in the outside world.
I'd like to know that this video is live, to be honest with you, Aditi. On my little phone here, it is not showing. I don't think anybody's there regardless, but that's okay. See, it's showing. It should start soon. All right. If someone is there, because I'm not even showing if anyone's here. Oh, wait, here we
Katie.
go. Okay,
Katie's
so
here.
it is
Yay,
working.
Katie.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're working. We're working. Hey, Katie, how are you? Katie's in the great state of Montana.
Woohoo!
Okay, so Katie and whoever else is watching, we are going to be doing a live magic dictionary here.
That's interesting.
I know. Hello, Ricardo. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Donna.
Aditi.
Good to see you. We just did a whole spiel on why we're here, what we're doing. No, we're saying, you might have to go grab. Are we still live? Yes, I think we're still live. Okay, we're still live. I don't know what that was. Just thanking all our healthcare workers. So we're going to start in just a few moments. A few more people log on, and just tell me if you'd like a word drawn for you. I'm not going to assume just because you said you're here and that you're watching that you want a word drawn. So those of you that have already commented right now, tell me if you want a word drawn for you, and I will definitely do that. So the magic dictionary, this is my little magic dictionary. And what I do is, if you want to know the start of this, you can actually see that on my last video that we posted last week. We explain how I got to this little magic dictionary. I also have some really nice blogs on a couple of my channels about how this came about. But what we're going to do is, once I see that you would like a word pulled for yourself, I am going to close my eyes. I am going to flip the pages in the book, and my thoughts will draw to a certain page, and my finger will land on a word. At that time, I will read the word and the definition, and I will give you Spirit's interpretation of what they want you to know right now. So I'll go on with a lot of spirit words for you, and then Aditi will chime in also on what her interpretation is of that word. So I'll ask one more time if anybody wants a word. Katie's saying yes, great. So we're going to start with Katie. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to ask you to keep track of on a piece of paper as we keep scrolling who wants. But again, I see people saying hello, and that's great. But if you want a word drawn for you, please just state yes, please, or yes, I'll have a word. That way we have it in some sort of order. And I don't want to give you a word if you're not wanting a word, just saying hello. But we appreciate y'all being there for us. So I'm going to do Katie first.
Everybody close your eyes, take a deep breath.
So Katie, your word is through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, and it's a good size definition. There's at least 7 or 8 of them, but my finger only goes to one of those definitions, and I'm going to read that now. So that is through, extending from one place or surface to another as a through passage, a through bolt, transporting passengers or freight from one place to another without change of cars as through a train. So what I see for you is still some movement in your life. You might think that this is the end of the journey, but it's not. What I also like when they mention cars, the cars is the physical body in spirit world. It symbolizes the physical body, and it's saying a change without a change of cars. So what your body feels right now is exactly what it's meant to feel right now, but you will experience more movements as you move through things, through another time. They also mentioned about extending. So extending where you are could possibly mean you might have another place in that area that you might move to, but I still see you in the area that you are in. I still see that for at least another year. I'm seeing that because I'm feeling the winter again. So I feel like you'll be there at least another year where you are now. And I know she's in the winter zone out west. So I'm checking in again. They're saying to you to keep saying to yourself, this is where I'm meant to be. And don't allow your mind to go other places when you start to thinking, should I be somewhere else? Say to yourself, this is where I'm meant to be. This is my through spot. So I'm still moving through. We're all moving through something right now. Doesn't mean we're going to be here in a month. Aditi and I just talked about that. I have no idea where I'm going to be at the end of this month. I just know I can't start looking for anything right now because there's nothing out there right now. My plan was to go to Omega at the end of this month, and that's not working now. That's not going to happen because they aren't opening for another 2 months. So to listen to your heart a little bit more and know that your heart is guiding the way. That's what I just heard, that your heart is guiding the way. Aditi.
Very good. Yeah, I would say I agree with everything that Donna said. And, especially with a car coming up, that we are our own vehicle, and to trust what within yourself to be able to move through this time that we're going through right now and going forward.
Move through.
Move on.
That
through.
Added it in a sentence. Aditi put through in a sentence for you. Move through.
Move through, Katie.
Katie, thank you so much for joining. You. Thank you so much. And if you want to make a comment how that felt for you, that's always great too. So Aditi, who's next?
Okay, Quinn Hauser is next.
Thank you for joining, Quinn. I hope you're all following me on D Boyle Meeting Facebook page. I think I am still doing readings, I want to state, and I am offering some discounts for this time of our life change right now for everybody. Just send me an email at dboylemedium@gmail.com and we'll talk about that if you're still wanting a reading. Also want to state my book is still for sale on Amazon.
Yes.
I got it down to 99 cents.
Woo!
I can't figure out how to make it free. If someone can tell me how to make it free on Amazon, then I will do that. But for some reason, I just couldn't find the correct button because I want it to be free. But 99 cents,
Hey,
screaming deal
right.
too, right? You can buy that for 99 cents. The link's going to be below. I'm also going to be doing, I didn't mention this yet to Aditi, but she's involved. On Wednesday, we're going to be doing Wednesday Words from Spirit.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to be doing it on YouTube, not on Facebook. We're going to do it on YouTube Live. So subscribe to me on YouTube Live, which is Donna Boyle Medium. Wednesday Words from Spirit. And we're going to give people words kind of without the dictionary. I'm just going to see your name and I'm going to spit out words from Spirit. Okay.
Yes.
So we're on Quinn. Great.
Okay, Quinn. Close eyes, deep breath.
Quinn, I'm already hearing that the beginning phases are the best phases for you. The beginning phases are the best phases for you. And the word is chromatic, pertaining to color. I'm stopping right there, pertaining to color. So when I was flipping the pages, they had me go toward the beginning of the actual dictionary in this book. And I heard those words that I said. The beginning is a great place to start. And don't worry, don't stress about, oh, I've been here so many times. It's the same place. It's the beginning again. When will it ever end? Well, there's always a beginning, right? How many times have you heard that? For one thing to start, another thing must end. So realistically, every morning they're telling me is you're starting the beginning of something. Every morning is the beginning of something. So chromatic, I like color because color to Donna is, in a world of spirit, not a lot of people can see color. In dreams, you can't sometimes see color, but they want you to notice every color as it pertains to you. So not just one color, not just green, not just purple, which I'm hearing those are like kind of your favorite colors, but think of all the colors as a vibrancy of your own soul, a vibration of your own soul. So I am also hearing that you do this, some sort of this work. You may feel very intuitive. So they're telling me to watch the color vibration, maybe something someone wears. It may be a pen or something that you just picked up, but Spirit wants you to notice the vibration of color a little bit more and not just zoom in to the color that you like. Look at all the colors. How's that sound?
That's very good.
What are you hearing from chromatic pertaining to color?
Yeah. Okay. So pertaining to color, I kept hearing like a prism. You know, watch for the colors to shine, and agree with Donna on the word vibrant. That word kept coming up to me as well, and also the phrase, this is not the end. This is the beginning to the end. So it's always, you know, like Donna said, at the beginning of the day, that's always a new day. It's always a new start. The beginning.
Moving through.
Moving through.
Last week we did this. Every word kind of went in that same circumference of meaning the same thing. So we were able to use the word previously. So that's a great thing. Quinn, give us a little comment if that works out for you and if that was something you resonated with. We do appreciate you logging on during this time. Thank you so much. And it's going to be recorded, so it'll show up on YouTube and it'll show up on Facebook also.
Yes.
As a post. All right, who we got next?
Okay, PJ Sturgill.
PJ. I'm going to go with PJ. Everybody. Deep breath in and let it out with a sigh. PJ. PJ, your word is towering.
Ooh,
very nice. Very high, lofty, as a towering tree. The first thing I noticed was my body expanded. It's also toward the end of the dictionary, and I felt at that time not just expanded, but I'm coming to a point where I'm going to grow even more. And that's exactly how slowly Spirit was commenting. You're coming to a point where you are going to grow even more. And I hear you saying, PJ, I hear you saying, but please, honestly, I've grown so much. Aditi, how many times do we say that about ourselves?
Right.
We've grown so much. I'm 50, over 50, and I'm still at that point where I'm saying, another growth, another spurt. So yes, PJ, you are. And when you say tower, you're not towering over more people. You are just standing tall in your own purpose, not strength, not passion, but purpose. So I also feel it might be something new that you're going to go for now shortly, a new purpose. Because remember, they just said not passion, but purpose. So I feel that what you thought maybe was coming new may not be it. It may be something newer, the new, new.
From the beginning.
So you're going to be moving through something, but it's not what you think. What do you feel about that, Aditi?
Well, as what I got right off the bat was standing tall, the standing firm, and not necessarily that you're, standing over anybody, but that people are looking up to you in a sense. They're looking. They're watching you as far as making the movement of moving through. So there's lots of people paying attention to you right now.
So keep up with your purpose.
Yes.
Keep up with your purpose. Thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, PJ.
Comment below if you'd like and tell us how that resonated with you. I don't know you. But I'm so glad you came around.
Yes.
Thank you. How are you doing, Aditi? Who's next?
Okay, the next one is Elizabeth Christensen.
Elizabeth. New names. I love it. New names. Except for Katie, but new names. Loving new names. All right, everybody take a deep breath. Close your eyes if it feels right for you. Deep breath in with Elizabeth. So I'm hearing already there's been so much change because they keep me flipping, but I go to the beginning and they're like, nope. I go to the middle of my little book here. Nope. I go to the end. They're going, nope. So much change. Like you've been not stuttering, but what you thought was going to happen didn't happen, but that was part of the path. And now you're on to something new. So that's a fine thing, Spirit's saying right now. Okay, they're flipping me through, finding the word. All right. So discomposure, agitation or unrest. That's interesting because it's kind of what I would have felt if someone just said to me,
right,
what you're thinking is going to happen is not going to happen. Yes. Like, what do you mean? So I can see where now the word, that's the first time I've ever done that, Aditi, where I started reading Spirit's words before I picked the word, and the word has everything to do with what Spirit just said.
Yeah,
that's why I love the work I do with Spirit.
Yes,
you do too. So again, discomposure, agitation, or unrest. So what they're doing for you, who we on? Elizabeth, is they're saying to you, we recognize that you're feeling a little discombobulated, right? We all are, but I feel it's a little bit different for you. Not any more or less, just different for you, this little discombobulation, because I hear them saying, you thought this was going to be it. I thought it was going to be Omega. You thought it was going to be it, and then something changed drastically, okay? So what they're telling you now and what they've been telling Donna a couple of weeks ago, we talked about it's already changed.
Yes.
What's happened has already caused the change. So you don't have to wait for a change anymore. You don't have to anticipate a change, accept the fact that things have already changed. Oh, I know. It was a YouTube video I just did the other day on the times have changed.
Yes.
They're not changing. They've changed.
They have changed.
So let's go along with the flow, right?
Yep.
Let's move through. The agitation they're confirming, they recognize that's going on in your life. It's not a big deal. Take a bunch of deep breaths. They're saying do some writing. I'm seeing, do you do writing? I'm seeing some sort of writing, whether it's a journal or poetry, something to that effect. They're showing me my symbol for writing. So notice that in your life. Aditi, what are you picking up from?
No worries, no stress. Just accept the way that it is and keep moving through and trusting. And back to the towering bird, stand tall, stand firm, and Move forward, move through it.
Move through it. Through was the first word, in case
Yeah.
you didn't know it. Through was the first word, and we keep bringing it in
Yes.
for each one. So thank you again, Elizabeth, for checking in with us. Appreciate the follow and the liking. And if you'd like to put a comment based on what your word resonated, if it resonated with you, what it meant to you, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Aditi, who we got
for
next?
next? We have Claire. Claire Oliver.
Claire, I know Claire. So we need to do Kayla yet? She didn't say. So if you're just logging on, I see a lot of you.
Kayla after
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yes.
I see you saying hello just to make sure, yes, you want the word.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're doing Claire. Claire. I know Claire. How's it going, Claire? Claire's an Omegan from past years. Okay, everybody take a deep breath in and out. Just clear that previous. Claire, before I pick that word, you see, and you may hear me flipping these pages, Spirit saying it's almost like your world has become one of, where you flip the pictures. What's that called? You flip the pictures and it's like a video. It's like a film. That's what it feels like to me. Your life has been moving, moving, moving. And although I see one of those things as being fast movement, I also hear them telling me that you've taken the time to stop the flipping and be in touch with where you are in that moment. So let's go to the word now. The word is stenography, a rapid method of writing by using abbreviations or symbols for words or phrases. So you understand that had a lot to do with that flipping,
right,
because they're abbreviated points of your life. When you're flipping through that, you're seeing it very fast. So for the word, what I'm hearing is you try to shorthand things. And they're telling you that's not a bad thing in a world of no good, bad, or right or wrong if you shorten the time that you're spending in the present moment. Now that's something you need to worry about. But they want you to stay. Don't shorthand the present moment. You may shorthand the amount of time you're someplace, but don't shorthand the present moment. So take it in, because it's happening in every moment is the present moment. So not wanting to move through too fast, to acknowledge the symbols, which is what stenographic, what do we use? Stenography, abbreviations or symbols. Notice the symbols, notice the words. And I know you do this already, but the reason they're highlighting it is you must be still missing some certain symbols or words. So watch the symbols, watch the words. I'm hearing music, the words are coming through more, through music, through more, through music. You got twice in the same sentence, Aditi. Through music. So again, don't shorthand the present moment. Don't shorthand. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't shorthand the present moment.
That's a good one.
I'm going to have to meme that one, Claire. Aditi, what do you think?
Yeah, it's what I got was just being in the present moment, watching for those symbols, those words, those abbreviations, because they really are everywhere as long as you're paying attention. So maybe, slow down anything else that's going on the outside and just be present in that moment and watch for those symbols.
Don't shorthand the present moment. I love that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Claire, for joining us.
Claire.
If that resonates you, make a little comment at the end. We'd love to hear about it.
Thank you. And the next one is Kayla.
Kayla, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody take a deep breath in and out. Kayla, I'm getting 2 words for you. Ooh. The first one is fledged. To have the full plumage or feathers necessary for flight. Oh, how good is that? Spirit's showing me, look, you need a little push lately, a little push off that mountain. But don't worry. Why? Because your wings are there. Your feathers have been there forever. But they gave you a little push recently, didn't they, Spirit? As we all.
Yes.
But I feel you felt that one. Like when it happened, you said, oh, Spirit, I get it. That was my push. Whereas some people might just say, oh, something else. But you knew that was someone. I feel some female guide speaking to me right now. Female guide. Not sure if it's a loved one or a guide. but a very feminine power, a feminine essence about this guide. She's saying, I pushed you, but I pushed you gently. You may have stumbled after I pushed you, but that wasn't because I pushed you. You needed to stumble to recognize that this was the moment for you to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So you weren't shoved, but you were pushed gently. This beautiful feminine something just came through. Again, I'm not sure if it's a loved one or not. Aditi, do you want to say something about that before I go to her second image?
Yeah, just the push forward. I got gentle as well with the feathers, that it just kind of opened in flight and soaring.
Because fledge is you're pushed out of the nest.
Mm-hmm.
The mom pushes you out of the nest, but it's done with what? Complete love.
Yes.
Because you have to get out of the nest in order to learn any more.
Mm.
The birds can't stay forever in the nest, right?
Right.
You just got pushed gently from the mother bird. So you had two, and the fledge was on one side. On the other side was a picture of fish. And I don't know if you joined in last week, but this picture has come up. And what I do for this is I look at the number. Each one of these fish are numbered. And that one for the fish that I put my hand on was 5. So 5 for here is a brook trout. So now what I have to do is look up brook trout or trout, because what I feel after she gently shoved you out of the nest is now you're going to have to swim, baby. Yep. It's sink or swim.
Yep.
But I'm going to look up brook trout right now and just see if that has anything. I don't think brook trout will be in here. I might have to go to trout in itself.
Yeah, keep in the flow.
Keep in that flow.
Yes.
Because now you got pushed out.
The flow. There we go.
No brook, but no brook trout. Okay, so let's look up trout and see what trout is. But I feel it was just about, okay, now that we pushed you out of the nest, it's time to swim. And it's not sink or swim. It's not that at all.
Right.
They're not saying that at all. They're saying, you got this. You got the flow. You got the ability to move through this, I'm hearing. What am I looking up? Trout?
And the trout it's got very vibrant colors as well.
Oh, you trout. Any of several species of medium-sized freshwater game flashes of the salmon family, any of the various flashes, I don't know what that means, resembling the trout. And the picture of it actually has a pinkish underbelly in this, a pinkish underbelly.
Which would confirm the feminine.
Thank you, Aditi. So pink might even be a color that you look for out there in the world. Look for that pink because they're going to be guiding you. Spirit will be guiding you to that. Remember? Pushed gently out of the nest, and now it's time to swim.
Swim on through.
I like that.
Yes.
That was Kayla? Kayla.
Yes, Kayla.
Appreciate you joining, and I've seen you on Facebook before. Thank you so much for joining. Who else we got?
Okay, so let's go down here. I do see that, okay, I went to your other page, Leah.
Okay, so Leah's going to want one.
Yep, Leah.
Okay.
Yes, Leah. Oh, and then my mother's on here as well. Yay, we get to do a word for mom.
Let's take a moment, if you would.
Yeah, go
and Katie was our first one, and I asked, like I asked for everybody, to send me a message to see if that resonated with you.
Yes, so Katie said, thanks, that was great. That was great. I hear you.
She got that.
Yes. So that's confirming that she understood. And then Quinn, I really like this one. Quinn says, amazing, thank you. And yes, teal and purple are my favorite colors.
We did say that? Spirit said that?
Yeah. I love that. That's so great. I have begun work with my gifts recently, relaunching my business yet again, doing readings and healings. So it makes perfect sense to me.
That's
so great, Quinn.
Quinn.
Thank you. And all the best to you. And then PJ, wonderful. It resonated 100%, my friend.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody, right? Yes. So now we're down to Leah. So I'm going to go, Leah, thank you so much for joining, Leah. Leah has been, I've known her for a bit now, only through this medium. Okay. What I love about these is some people that I don't know at all, and those were confirmed. Last 3 people, I don't really know you that much, but that's what I love about these readings. So everybody close their eyes, take a deep breath in and out. I'm going with Leah's word. Leah, your word is ought, O-U-G-H-T. And again, it's a thicker, so I'm only going to read what they put my finger to. Expressing obligation, fitness, necessity, duty, or probability, followed by infinitive, as I ought to do it. Ought expresses moral obligation, as we ought to tell the truth, and may also express strong probability. I read that, and as I was reading it, I'm feeling this cloak of wonderment around me from Spirit. Like, this is what you ought to do. Not should I do this? This is what you ought to do. And they're telling me to don't say anymore, I wonder. Yes, stop wondering and just know. You ought to do this.
You ought to do it. You ought to move through it.
And you might see it as an obligation. That first one was expressing obligation. You might see it maybe as an obligation, but hell, aren't we all here for an obligation?
Absolutely.
We are obligated
Life
to do our work. Absolutely. It took me a long time to find what I agreed to be obligated to in this lifetime, but you are obligated to find your soul's purpose, to reach out when you feel your arms aren't long enough, to not stop, but reach out even if you feel your arms aren't long enough. And don't worry, you have more time. And they're telling me also, and you, don't worry, you have more time than you may think. Because a lot of us, like I'm thinking, oh my God, sometimes, is this it? Like, is this virus meant for me to say, oh, forget it, Donna, you're not doing this work anymore. Just stop, just go get a full-time job again. I don't know, but I'm not saying that.
Right.
I am saying that I just don't know right now. So I like let's get comfortable with the unknowing part of this. They're yelling, don't forget, you might not know yet. They're yelling it at me right now. And don't forget your obligation to this lifetime. Even though you don't know it yet, don't forget your obligation to this lifetime.
I'm getting the word trust keeps coming up, to not question, just to trust and move through it.
There it is again. I don't know if you saw that, Leah, but if you go back to re-listen to this, through was the first word that we brought through from my friend Katie, and we keep using it now for every single one. And that's the way this sort of magic dictionary works. Do you remember when we used to do them at Vibrant Health, and everybody like kind of had the same thing?
Yes.
And then there was those moments where I totally zone out and I start speaking Spirit, and like Aditi's like taking notes because I don't think we recorded back then. But I remember one person had the word came through as William Tell.
Oh,
do you remember that?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Donna is reading it at the same time, downloading info from Spirit, and I'm like, how the hell is William Tell gonna be for this woman? And she's standing up, and I'm speaking from Spirit. I'm like, and I'm pointing my finger at this woman. I totally took over William Tell because it was a person. I totally told her this, and that. And I don't remember. I only remember one thing she said after that because she was crying. I remember her saying, "My last name is William."
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it was somebody in her family that had passed that was speaking through the words. Yeah.
I love when that happens. So I love the way this works. I love the way this works. Okay.
So next is Vicky.
Vicky. So we're all going to close our eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Thank you for joining, Vicky. I know you're so living right here and we can't see that much of each other. Okay. So Vicky, the first thing I noticed, I opened the page and my finger didn't land right away on anything. So it's almost like I felt myself be hesitant. So what they're telling me is don't be hesitant, that this is a time for you. Don't hesitate and don't be hesitant. So the word is culture, care given to the growth and development. You can't make this shit up. Care given to the growth and development of animals and plants. That's who we are.
Yes.
We're animals, and we're also plants.
Yes.
We're energy. We're energy. We take in everything. So how interesting was that? I had my finger on the word, but I did not look at it. First, they're telling you to not be hesitant, to stop hesitating, not just not be hesitant, but now they're a little more stronger. They're saying, stop hesitating. This is the time for new growth. This is the time for the new. This is the time for you to culture and develop who you truly are and move through that.
Yes.
So the hesitation is what? Hesitation is stopping.
Yeah. And
but
questioning.
And questioning. I was saying it's not just stopping, but it's saying, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. And you may be inching, but there's always that piece of you that goes, nah. Stop being hesitant. Move forward. Accept the knowledge right now that Spirit's telling you this is your time to grow, to develop. Care given to the growth and development. Neat.
Yes. Perfect word. Yes. Very good word. Yeah. Again, the word trust. I think that's really a prevalent word with everybody's is to trust in moving forward and the new beginnings, towering, the standing tall, being firm.
Give care.
Yeah,
give first care. Was care given.
Yeah.
So care for yourself. I know it's hard right now to care for ourselves, especially if I know you're taking care of a child, especially when you're caring for someone else. But take that time, whether she's taking a nap or that hour when she goes to sleep and you're not in bed yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing all these nurturing things to do, whether it's, burn a candle, bubble bath, incense, anything that's bringing out that care for yourself, your true self, that self-care, right? We all hear about that self-care. Does that make sense to you for your mom?
Yes.
Vicki, so appreciative that you've joined us. If you want to comment after and just say how important that was, and because I know it was important. We know you. Love that. Who else we got?
Okay, well, let's see. So Elizabeth, she commented and she said, "Woohoo! So spot on. Thank you so much. She needed that. That is wonderful." Let's see. Annette.
She's from Houston.
Yes.
So I guess we're going to her next. She's saying, and yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go with Annette next. Let's everybody close our eyes and take a deep breath in. If you're new to this, first time joining, thank you so much. As you know, all of these words, as soon as I open my eyes, are taken through Spirit. They are speaking through me as well as Aditi, this intuitive side. Annette, I'm hearing very loudly this next word. Cauga. So you know how in cartoons where they go Cauga. That's what I heard before I put my finger on that word. Is this the horn is sounding for you? I don't know what the definition yet is, but I'm hearing this loud voice. They're going Cauga, and when I think in a cartoon when they do that, it's like pay attention.
Yep,
this is it. Woohoo! This is it, right? Cauga. This is it. This is your moment to say Cauga. I want you to say it with me right now.
Cauga.
Everybody say it. Cauga. So it's one of a tribe of Iroquois Indians, formerly dwelling on the Cayuga Lake of New York, but now chiefly residents of Ontario. So I find that interesting because I was just yesterday looking at a site where you can plug in your zip code and it will tell you which Native American was on that land. So you might want to take that site and find out where you live right now. Is she Texas? Who are we doing? Annette?
Yes,
She's
Texas.
From Houston.
Yep.
Take that right now and figure out this Iroquois Indians. I love working with the Native Americans. That's typically when I do a reading and spirit guides come through. Typically at least one is a Native American. I'm feeling one very strongly right now for you of a masculine form. He's kind of middle-aged right now. He's like in his mid to late 40s. He's saying the power and strength that you have right now, you and Annette have right now, comes from him. He's saying recently, we'll say about a week or two ago, you went through something where you had to have more power, more strength. And he said, you had it just like that. You never hesitated, that you had it just like that. I feel there was someone else involved in that little moment. But he's coming through. As one of your guides, I will say it is an inner band, a spirit guide coming through. I'm not getting a name, but I am feeling the strength from him. He stands not with a long headdress, but he has naked chest and just that little band around him, that little leather, whatever you want to call that, little skirted thing. It's not creepier at all that I see him in that. And he doesn't really speak to me with his words. He speaks to me telepathically. And that I always say that's even more powerful, because that's how long he's been around, that he knows how to do that with me. But he stands with it's got some sort of, I wanted to say spear, but he said it's not a spear. It's more of just a pole that he uses. And I'm asking him, do you use it to walk? Do you use it he goes, no, I use it just to stand tall. So again, here's that tower word, stand tall. So in that stand tall, let's see where this moment goes now, he's saying, but take the strength of me now with you.
Yes.
Aditi.
So on that, I got a staff.
Yep.
To use this, to use the staff to stand tall. Yeah, the thing that I found interesting about that is New York. And just everything that's going on in New York right now. But then it brought it back around to Ontario, Canada, which it's so clear and clean there. So I feel like this word is speaking out to all of us. The Cayuga, pay attention.
Cayuga.
This time that we're in right now, we're getting through it, and we have lots of good things to look forward to. So thank you.
And that Cayuga Lake sounds very familiar. And I'm not sure if that was around where my daughter was going to college. Carly, if you're listening right now, is Cayuga somewhere around Ithaca? That name just sounds like I've seen it many times on a sign in my many travels through New York State. Annette, very honored. Thank you so much for joining from Texas. Thank you so much. If you want to comment below how that resonated with you, I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Did we do Leah?
We did Leah.
Okay. And Kelly is here with us. Kelly, if you want a word, please
state that.
Yes,
so we just don't assume
that.
I appreciate you saying good morning. Thank you. Good morning to you. But yeah, we want to know.
And Claire, she commented back. Thanks, Donna. Nice to see you. And Mary Beth is here again.
She was here last week.
Yep, she was here last week.
She's saying, well, I can't join you. Well, thank you for checking in. We appreciate the comment.
Thank you. And Andrea.
So let's do Andrea next. Yes.
Yes.
She's saying yes for me. So the only other person I'm waiting for would be Kelly. We're just making sure that you want Kelly. Whoa. Okay. We'll read this later. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
No, we're doing Andrea.
We're doing Andrea. We're waiting for Kelly.
Yes.
Thank you. That's what I did. Sincere. Okay.
So
Andrea,
we'll go there.
Thank you for joining so much. I'm assuming that for most of you, this is very new because it's something that is.
Yes.
Not a lot of people do this, but everybody I meet, some like Aditi, they say, I found my own magic dictionary.
Yes.
So she practices and does that also. So great. So we're doing one more time. Andrea. Everybody take a breath. Andrea, before I open my eyes, I'm hearing this is very early for you, early on for you. Like now, if you're thinking, wow, am I just starting this phase? I am hearing that it's very early for you, this phase of your journey. It could be you're just beginning to figure out, but I'm going to now open my eyes and look at the word. So it's causeway. A paved road or pathway.
Nice.
Raised as over wet ground through shallow water. Through shallow water. So that makes perfect sense. So if you're new to this path, to this field, to this way of life, I don't know that, but that's what I heard, that the road ahead for you is paved. Now, when I give a reading and I see typically someone's path ahead of them, right? You've done many readings. sometimes it's bumpy, sometimes it's hilly, sometimes it's dirt, sometimes it's gravel. Yours is paved. Paved is a heck of a lot easier than trying to ride your bike or car through gravel, through bumps, through mud. So I'd say, woohoo, Cayuga, that's a good one for you, that your movement forward is on a paved road, a paved road, gliding over this path that, what did they say, new to?
Yes.
You might be new to this.
The word that's really sticking out to me is shallow, that, you know, that you're moving through. And it's sometimes you hear moving through deep waters, or, you know, but this is you're moving through. It's paved. It's shallow. It's you're right there.
And causeway sometimes is the causeway above water.
Yep.
So there's no fear either. You know, sometimes those big bridges that you go over, this is just a simple causeway, shallow water in this causeway, which goes with that, the shallow word, which was there. So shallow water through shallow water. So even if it's a paved road, there's the water, right? I can still walk. I can ever ride your bike when you were a kid through the water and you put your feet out and you just, the water just sprayed all over you. That's what I feel, Cayuga, that you should be doing right now, is seeing yourself on a bicycle, riding perfectly, seamlessly through this moment. Enjoy the moment. Thank you for joining so much, Andrea. If you want to post now about what that meant to you and if that resonated with you, we'd love that. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go back to Katie here for a second. She says, through, moving, but staying still. My head is wandering today, and it's good to get some feedback to stay here, stay present.
So Katie was the first one we read, and through was her first word, and she's confirming that because we said, we're moving through this, but this isn't the time to move too fast.
And Karen Rasmussen, you said hello. Thank you for checking in. If you would like a word, comment below. You may have already, and I just haven't seen it yet. Kayla, her comment is, thank you so much for taking the time. I just got a new job, a new great job that is going to change my life. I'll be looking for pink. Thank you again. And the feminine energy could have been my Aunt Kara, who passed not too long ago. She was my second mom, who is very feminine, even taught me how to do my makeup. Oh, that's great.
So she said she immediately thought her, because I don't know if you guys heard this yet, but a female presence came through. I wasn't sure if it was a loved one. I didn't get into it that much. I wasn't sure if it was a loved one or a spirit guide. And Kayla, I would definitely say that that is your aunt. If it's the first thing you think of, then that's what's resonating. And that's great. Feminine too, right? I said she was so feminine. She wanted to push you gently, but I did feel like she knew you.
Yes. And then back to Leah. Thank you. And yes, I will be listening to this again too. I have been creating my art and posting. I am still unemployed, but this is beautiful to hear. Thank you both.
Thanks, Leah.
Thank you, Leah. And Karen, yes, Karen does want a word.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm going to go back and finish reading Leah's. She put a couple other comments on here. I also have that bought in myself that
she's saying,
okay. In myself that feels that I should get a job, but so hesitant because of the economy and Corona.
So
yes. Just trust.
Yes.
Trust. And then Vicky commented, thanks, ladies. Been trying to work on that lately, using my nights to get quiet time.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect, Vicky. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we will go back to Karen.
All right, Karen. Thanks, everybody. So let's take a deep breath, everybody. In and out. Karen, before I open my eyes, I'm feeling this presence of like I know we're all pushed and we're all like pushed against this time right now. It's tough being in close quarters, but I feel the close quarters is a little bit more challenging for you right now. I do feel that. Let me see what the word is. So the word is tail, and that's a longer definition. So I'm going to go to where my finger is. A plane or planes at the rear of an airplane to give it balance. Let's go stop right there, to give it balance. So they're telling you to create some balance in your household. I know for Aditi and I and Ken, when we're ready to separate, we separate. I go to my room, she goes to her room. Sometimes we're together, sometimes we're not. It's to find that balance with everybody in the household. I think that's something we all could learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I still feel that some sort of anxiety or tension in the household that you're having right now. So if you were an airplane and you know the tail of an airplane, find some color on the tail of that airplane, like a nice cool stripe on the tail of that airplane. And the balance, I want to say it might be the aileron in the back, Katie may know this, that keeps the plane balanced. That there is a part of you that can keep yourself balanced. And sometimes it's way behind you so you don't turn around enough to look at it. But in an airplane, I've been in many before, small ones as well as big ones, that you're flying forward. You trust, we'll use that, you trust that the button that you're using to control your balance, which would be that thing in the back, it's either up or down or sideways, that it's going to work. So you need to trust that what you feel is going to bring you balance is going to bring you balance. Don't hesitate. We're using that word still.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hesitate with, should I say something? Should I just go do? To find the balance and trust that it's there. It's there. You just got to move that stick, move that lever to find that thing so that it can move you and keep you balanced. I hope that makes sense. Aditi, what did you get out of tail?
That it's something that's behind you, that's supporting you in finding the balance, but yet moving you forward.
Yes.
So just trust as it is.
You're still going to move.
Yes.
You're still going to move, but know that sometimes if the plane's doing this, you got to find that balance, and that's by taking that lever.
Yep.
And fixing out those flaps, wings, whatever they are back there.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, Karen. We appreciate that so much, Karen. If you want to comment later, go right ahead.
Leah says she has two Houstonians in the house.
Two Houstonians in the house. You met people.
Okay.
Karen, we did?
Yep. Andrea, we did.
Was she the one we were looking for? Waiting for her? Who's the one that we were waiting? Remember? Let's scroll up till we see that person who just said good morning. I think she said morning. I'm gonna make sure we get everybody in. So me we got.
Okay. So Karen we just did. Yep. So Andrea we did already.
Okay. Were we waiting for somebody?
I think that was Karen.
And we didn't do Karen.
Yes. That's who we just did.
That's
Karen.
Who we just did.
Okay, and Annette says, amazing ladies, I had a lucid dream 2 nights ago with a Native American. Yay, thank you for the affirmations. And yes, it was a staff. Awesome. That's so great. So great.
Karen, maybe we didn't do. Karen, Can you comment one more time? Because I'm thinking maybe we did not do. We were waiting for you to say something. Yes, you wanted one.
Yes, okay.
And I apologize. The post is very long, so we're scrolling, making sure we got everybody. Annette, I cannot. She wants to spell. I did not see the tribe. It's just something I would have to delve deeper into, that image.
Well, it said Iroquois.
Oh, that was that
Iroquois.
One.
Yes, Iroquois.
The Iroquois. Yes. So IROQ.
Yes.
Iroquois Indians.
Okay. Andrea again. Yes, thank you. It was absolutely true. I have been discovering this new way of life for the past year or so. At times I wonder if I was on the right path. You confirmed it. Exactly what I needed. Oh, that's so beautiful. Much love your way. We are receiving and also back. Thanks. Okay, Karen, it does very much so. I have been trying so hard to do this. I am stuck here with an energy vampire, LOL.
So that was what we just did.
Yes.
You're stuck in the house with that. Yes. It's okay. Find the time just to get away every once in a while. It's okay. And we hope you're safe.
And yes, she did confirm we did see
her. Yay.
Okay.
So we're at the end. I'm hoping I got everybody.
I think we did.
If not, now time to comment. This was a perfect hour. Thank you, Annette.
Thank
you so much for us. So probably every Monday till this quarantine is up, and maybe after that.
Yeah.
But on Wednesday, call it Wednesday Words from Spirit.
Yeah, and it's, what did we call that before? Answers without questions. That one?
I'm going to do some sort of answers without questions. So all you're going to do is say, yes, I'd like a reading from Spirit, and as I did here, but I'm not going to be using the dictionary. I'm just going to be pulling through whatever comes through for you. But that will be on my YouTube channel. This video itself will also be on my YouTube channel if anybody wants to watch again, and will also be on my Facebook. Can't tell you how much we both appreciate you logging on.
Thank you so much.
A little bit of a hiccup at the beginning. One of these days we'll figure that out. I still don't have the actual comment for this. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Stay healthful.
Stay healthful. See you guys later.
Much love.
Bye-bye.